Ladies and gentlemen, this is the news I've been yearning for. This is the news I've been dreaming for. I mean, Saudis dream about Romelu Lukaku. I'm dreaming about Romelu Lukaku at Saudi as well. Look, lots going on in regards to this particular news, and heaps popping off in regards to Caicedo, Declan Rice, Mason Mount. I told you about Caicedo, man. This is not going to be easy. Let's go. All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of important conversation to be had in regards to Caicedo, Declan Rice, this, that, the other. So we'll get to that. Don't you worry. But first up, we're going to start off from this particular news. I'm not surprised this news has come about. I'm actually glad that it's slowly starting to materialize. Do you know what? One of the biggest options that we may have, and thank you to the Saudi League, the madness you guys are doing. And I think someone like Romelu Lukaku could be keen. You know, if you throw that level of money, the kind of money that it's been thrown to Benzema and N'Golo Kante, if you throw that level of money to Romelu Lukaku, I think he's someone you best believe. It is about the money. It is about the glam. It is about the glitz. So, look, the Saudis dream of Romelu Lukaku. This has come from Relevo. There could be something there. Obviously, the Inter Milan versus Manchester City Champions League just around the corner. So potentially we'll start hearing a lot of things about Romelu Lukaku after that particular match. Chelsea are destined to have a meeting with Inter Milan, but I can't see how Inter Milan fork out money to either buy Romelu Lukaku or even loan him for another season. They're in a lot of turmoil financially, and they're looking to probably get rid of a lot of players. So Romelu Lukaku's wages is a massive concern. He's on mad wages with us. And last I read from The Athletic, we need somewhere around close to £60 million to balance the books with Romelu Lukaku. Remember, 5-year contract, only 2 years down, 3 more years left. In regards to amortization, he's probably, we need about 58 or 60 million to balance the books with him. And that's a level of money I think only Saudis can give. And in regards to offering wages that is exorbitant, out of this world, Saudis, once again, look, I hope there's some truth around this. And if this player, how old is this player? I'm pretty certain he's above 30. So once this Champions League final is finished, what more is there to prove for this guy? I know, look, he's potentially not going to win this. Manchester City are looking like heavy favorites. But if he does win it for some wild situation that occurs, on a Champions League night, then what else does he have to play for in Europe? But look, even if it doesn't, I think he needs to be open to the mind that if Saudis do come knocking on his door, he needs to start proceeding towards Saudi Arabia. I think that's where all of these players, some of the players that are looking to potentially wind down their career, they're moving down there. And Romelu Lukaku, as I said, being in now over 30, you're coming to the twilight of your career. So make the bags, enjoy your life with Megan Thee Stallion, and really just shower her with all that money. Honestly, shower her with all that money. Look, watch this space in regards to Romelu Lukaku. I think this is a fantastic opportunity for us to maybe make a bit of money out of Romelu Lukaku, and at the same time, Romelu Lukaku, I think, will clean up. Now, this is where things are going down, ladies and gentlemen. Moises Caicedo. What did I tell you guys recently? This is not going to be a walk in the park. I've said it all along. We screwed up the Ogate. Look, I don't know whether we screwed it up. I get the feeling we did. We tried to do something sneaky, but if we didn't, PSG paid more money, then that's fine. We moved away from it. But nonetheless, it's a target that we've missed out. Apparently a target that not only was recommended by Pochettino, but it's someone that we've been monitoring as well. So look, now all the focus is in regards to Caicedo. And I've said it, this is not going to be easy because one, Brighton, they're playing hardball and they're being very difficult to deal with. And they've got this fruit hanging over our head that they want Lukaku. Brighton literally got us by the balls, honestly. But at the same time, we should be taking some leverage out of that. I tend to think the only way to get Caicedo is probably sell Lukaku. But honestly, I don't want to do that. And in fact, I just want to move away from Brighton. I just don't want to deal with them. And now it looks like Arsenal's preparing a bid for Caicedo. And I said it, Caicedo, you can You can have all the agreements with Brighton, but I just doubt whether this guy actually wants Chelsea Football Club or not. He was looking to leave to Arsenal January this year. And now Arsenal are looking to put a bid. And it is a bit of a mad situation. Can Arsenal potentially get Rice and Caicedo? Because there's heavy links of Declan Rice potentially moving to Arsenal Football Club too. And do you know what? Maybe it's not beyond them. Arsenal, although they've not been spending like us 600 million over the last 2 windows. They've spent quite a bit of money. Don't get me wrong. But I think they're in a situation where they could potentially land someone like Caicedo for 75 million and also land someone like Declan Rice for about 80, 85 million. There's no way Declan Rice is going to be, anywhere near 100 million. I know West Ham wants 100 million. They're not going to get 100 million. And I think West Ham, I saw recently a tweet, was it the West Ham CEO or whatever, whoever it was, chairman, said that Declan Rice will be leaving. So it's confirmed. He's played his last match for West Ham. And kudos to Declan Rice, man. Honestly, congratulations to Declan Rice winning the Conference League for West Ham. I mean, wow. European title ahead of Arsenal Football Club. That's sensational news for West Ham. So, look, there is a potential. There is a potentiality that Arsenal could land both Declan Rice and Caicedo. Let's have a look at the news, ladies and gentlemen. Arsenal are preparing to lodge a renewed offer for Moises Caicedo. It's understood the Gunners will make a bid similar to 75 million package that was rejected by Brighton in January. Sources close to the player suggest Caicedo is feeling relaxed about the situation and no personal terms have been agreed with anyone. Of course he's relaxed because he knows his worth. He knows he's a top-class midfielder in the Premier League. He's, of course, going to be relaxed, man. He's not worried. He knows there's suitors for him. Man United will probably enter that race very soon as well. Understand, an agreement between Granit Xhaka and Bayer Leverkusen is still valid, sealed and confirmed at this stage. He accepted 1 month ago. Arsenal will only give the green light once they sign new midfielder with Declan Rice as priority target. Rice and Caicedo, Arsenal Football Club, they're not joking about. It will be a serious upgrade for them. Serious upgrade. The way I look at it, do you know what? I don't know whether this is possible or not. I say we drop the whole Caicedo situation, keep Colwell, say to Brighton, do you know what? F you do whatever you want to do, and really try and secure Declan Rice and also keep Mason Mount. I'm a bit worried about Mason Mount. We're going to come to the news about Mason Mount very, very soon in regards to what Man United is trying to do, trying to lowball us. I say we keep Mason Mount. I say we go absolutely hard out for Declan Rice and see if we can make a midfield trio of Enzo, Mount, and Declan Rice. I think that will be quite sensational. Pochettino wants Mason Mount as well, and I think Pochettino will definitely admire someone like Declan Rice. And I know Declan Rice, why will he choose us? He's looking for European football. He just won the Conference League. He with West Ham, he can be in Europa. With us, what can he do? But there was interest from Declan Rice all along to join Chelsea Football Club. He's part of our ex-academy player. And, all this time there was rumors that we wanted to get him. And now all of a sudden it's all disappeared. Apparently he felt that we didn't treat him right. So, look, Chelsea, I'm worried, man. I'm worried. A lot of you guys said, oh, Miz, don't be negative. Don't be negative. Stay put. Look, I am actually worried, man. The way all our midfielders are looking to leave and don't want to stay at this football club, and the way it's so difficult for us to get a player, I'm starting to get worried. Come 1st of July, we better have a squad for Pochettino. Exclusive from Felix Johnson. Understand Chelsea have him from Brighton. They will match any bid from Arsenal for Moises Caicedo. Look, matching a bid from Arsenal, that's not going to cut it. You do need to talk to the player as well. That's fine. You want to match it. At the end of the day, the player will say, I'm gonna go to Arsenal Football Club because they've got Champions League. You're going to have to do something above and beyond. This is where I feel Colwell's situation could be in trouble. And this is why I keep saying, just stop dealing with Brighton. Let's just move away from it. Let's just let Arsenal have, Caicedo and see if we can somehow manage to get Declan Rice. I don't know. Chelsea feel that Brighton want a bidding war as they have not set a firm price. Chelsea do not want a bidding war, so have simply said they'll match what Arsenal offer. You don't want a bidding war, and all you're saying that you want to match Arsenal offer? Well, you are going to have a bidding war then. If you match what Arsenal offer, you think Man United is just going to sit there and watch us to just twiddle our thumbs like this? No. You're going to have to do something above and beyond. Chelsea Football Club, to the board, you're going to have to find a smart way to operate in this situation. Here are the things. Either you sell Colwell and get the upper hand with Brighton, and Brighton will convince the player to join us. And that's where I'm a bit worried. I need the player to be fully committed to Chelsea Football Club. That's one thing. Two, you move away from Caicedo and you start looking elsewhere. Go and pursue Declan Rice and throw large money to Declan Rice, or look at João Palhinha of Fulham. Or three, don't match what Arsenal's doing. You need to go above. You need to go above. And even then, I'm not quite certain if that's going to happen, because that's exactly what Brighton wants. They want a bidding war. They want us to go above Arsenal, and then Man United still lurking around. So, and then what type of wages? What type of wages we're going to offer? Look, this is why I say this is a messy, messy situation, and I don't like it one bit. And I'm keen to see how it all pans out. Negotiations on Chelsea's end are being handled by Paul Winstanley. Let's hope he sticks to his words. Paul Winstanley, ex-Brighton as well. Does he have a bit of a hand on, this player? I don't know. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea are pushing to strike a deal for Moises Caicedo and have not ruled out launching a simultaneous move for Declan Rice to bolster in midfield. Look, Graham Bailey, let's not get outrageous. All right, there's no way we're going to get both Moises Caicedo and Declan Rice. I mean, these players are potentially not even going to come to Chelsea Football Club because we don't have European football. And especially Moises Caicedo. I think he's got his eyes set on Arsenal Football Club. Declan Rice, I think we can persuade him. I think recently we've not dealt with him properly, which has ticked him off. But I think we could potentially get him around. But with Moises Caicedo, I honestly think his heart is set on Arsenal Football Club. And someone commented on my recent video saying that, Miz, some of the closer, journalists from Ecuador who's close to the player are stating the player wants Arsenal move. Like, I don't know if we should just put all our eggs on Caicedo. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, this is where I want to put the whole Mount and Declan Rice conversation together, right? This is all where it's all going to start making sense to you. Manchester United began pitching for Mason Mount at 40 million mark. There is a significant gap in valuation. Chelsea say they want 70 million plus add-ons. Do you know what? 40 million? 40 million. Man United, you go and spend over the top on everyone. Harry Maguire, Anthony, and so many other players that you've gone overs for. And all of a sudden, you want to start fixing your wage structure with Mason Mount, English player, English international. Do you know what I mean? Seen as a leader at Chelsea Football Club. There seems to be a lot of interest on Mason Mount from many clubs. I get it. He's in his last year of the contract. But 40 million is a joke. Players like Romelu Lukaku is potentially, they're looking at about 50 million on him. That's mad. We need minimum 60. 60 is what I'm going to be happy with. I would have been happy with 65, but 60. You're going to have to hit 60 plus maybe some add-ons. 5 million add-ons. But you're going to have to hit 60. And if you don't, do you know what? Forget it. Pochettino wants this player, and I've started to come to this realization. I want Chelsea to do something here. If it's 40 million, forget it. Even if it's 50 million, forget it. Forget it. Keep the player. He's still contracted to us. Find a solution, Chelsea. Find a solution. See what can make him stay. You rather pay a good amount of money maybe for Mason Mount as opposed to spending 50 or whatever million for Romelu Lukaku for the time being. Keep him. I think he's going to be an important player under Poch. Poch wants him as well. It's ridiculous to let him go for 40 million. That's madness. We get lowballed, and then everyone that we want to buy always acts hard on us. Difficult with us. No, find a solution. If this is the case, keep him and make a midfield trio of Enzo, Mason Mount, and see if you can go after Declan Rice. And I think that will be it for midfield. We don't need to get two midfielders. Keep Mount. You got Enzo, and try your level best to throw the money at West Ham for Declan Rice. And then build for the future from there on in. Keep the likes of Chukwuemeka. Then you've got Andre Santos. Then you've got Cesare Casedi. That for me seems like a proper plan. Right now, everything is straight. We're going after Caicedo. It's not going to happen. Caicedo's got his eyes on Arsenal Football Club. Arsenal very interested in both Caicedo and Declan Rice, and they could potentially do both of them. Think. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about that. Should we just keep Mason Mount if it's 40 million and maybe go for someone like Declan Rice and really try and break the bank there? As opposed to buying two midfielders, just get the one with Declan Rice and keep Mason Mount. Chelsea's expectation for Mason Mount is 70 million plus 10 million add-ons. His suitors will be expecting to pay considerably less than that. This is from David Ornstein, 5 with 5. Look, I think this is a bit too much expectation. 70 million plus 80. Look, that's when I feel like Chelsea, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. You need to calm yourself down. Sources, Mauricio Pochettino is desperate to keep Mason Mount, and that is leading to internal conversations about not selling him this summer, whether a new contract is signed or not. Look, as I said, if it's 40 million, I would really consider keeping him and do my level best to see if we can offer him, a better contract, somewhere closer to what all the other, Man United personal terms agreed. What kind of personal terms have been agreed? A lot of people are saying, I don't think he's going to be a starter. Look, in a 4-3-3, I can see him start. And a lot of people thinking, where does Nkunku fit in a 4-3-3? I think 4-3-3, the front, the striker, and then two up front will be inside forwards, and the width is going to be got from the fullbacks. And then I can see Mason Mount in midfield. Yes, in a 4-2-3-1, it's difficult. Mason Mount will probably have to be in rotation with Nkunku. That's not a bad thing. But is Mason Mount going to be happy being a rotational sort of player? But if it's 4-3-3, I can see all of them fitting in. How it all work out? Well, that's up to Poch. I feel like for Poch, Mason Mount could be an important player. But yeah, if we don't get... The issue is Mount looks like he's keen to leave. Mount looks like he wants a Man United move. And this is where we need to push Man United to pay up. Pay up, brother. Chelsea showed late interest in Alexis Mac Allister, but he'd already had his heart set on Liverpool. See, this type of news annoys me if this is true. And this is Simon Phillips aggregating the news, so there could be some truth behind it because they don't just aggregate any BS sources. But I need Chelsea to have a plan, man. I need you to have a direction. Don't be coming right at the end trying to get Alexis Mac Allister. It makes you look stupid, man. Liverpool does the business seamlessly. If you really were interested about Alexis Mac Allister, you should have been in on him from the get-go. Don't come in on the final hour trying to get him. It makes us look stupid. And we've been made to look stupid too much since the new ownership has come through. Let's not try and... If it's done with Liverpool, let it go. Let it go. You should have been there from the get-go, not coming right at the end. I understand Chelsea have open talks with Southampton on Romelu Lukaku. However, there is currently a big gap in valuation. Southampton won above City's 40 million buyback clause active 2024. There is a possibility Chelsea will offer player on loan or permanent as part of the deal. Look, they won more above City's 40 million buyback. I get it. Understandable, because obviously Man City could come in and get him for 40 million. Look, I don't even know if Man City will do that. People think, that's a given. Man City will do that. For Southampton to think, no, we have a buyback from Man City for 40 million. Well, are they coming to buy the player? Are they actually coming to buy the player for 40 million? You need to ask yourself that question. For me, Romelu Lukaku, honestly, for a club that's been relegated, should be anywhere between 30 to 35 million. Anything above that, what are we doing? We can't even get 50 million for Mason Mount. Romelu Lukaku, we're going to go above 40 million. I get it, like potential, this, that, the other, but nah, man. Nah, we need to start operating smart. And no, Romelu Lukaku, as much as I rate him, inexperienced as well. Now, if we can sweeten the deal with possibly offering players on loan or permanent as par, okay, but which player is going to go permanently to Southampton who's just been relegated? And I can't see how they're going to come back into the Premier League straight away. Championship is hard, so I'm not really sure whether any players keen to go to Southampton on a permanent basis. We can potentially send players out on loan, yeah. Either one of Santos or Moises Caicedo. I think one of them will probably go on a loan. So we could see that happening. But let me know, ladies and gentlemen, your thoughts on Romelu Lukaku. Above 40 million. Get real. Leicester City are asking excess of 50 million for James Maddison this summer. Another club who's got relegated having the balls to ask for this level of money. The market's mad, and we should not be mad with it. We should be mad with the right players. I think Declan Rice is now starting to get to a point where maybe we need to do something. Because if Caicedo is going to Arsenal, we need to make sure that we can entice Declan Rice to come to us. That particular player, I'm willing to spend money on now. I know I was against it before, but now the fact that we have Enzo Fernandez, who can do a lot of the ball-playing duties in midfield, and you need someone like Declan Rice to do the defensive side of things, both of them will complement each other. I think now is probably prudent to spend that money on Declan Rice. 50 million on James Maddison. Please, keep Mason Mount. Just keep Mason Mount. I like James Maddison. I do. But there has to be a discount. You just got relegated. No one's paying 50 million for a player from a club that's just been relegated. Come on, man. Let's have some sort of sensibility. And if it is 50, then, as I said, keep Mason Mount. Matt Law, at the moment, Inter Milan are demanding 60 million euros for Andre Onana. Another mad valuation. Inter Milan, everyone has this outrageous valuation. But when it comes to buying our players, they all want to lowball us. Chelsea have got a meeting with Inter Milan after the Champions League final, predominantly regarding Lukaku, but Onana will be talked about in that as well. So, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, no way we're buying Andre Onana for 60 million euros. No way. Absolutely no way. There were some rumors about Mendy potentially going there. Look, if Onana's somewhere around 40, and we can perhaps give them either Kepa or Mendy, and then maybe have a valuation gap of about 10 million, no problems. 60 million? What is this? 60 million euros. I rate Andre Onana, 60 million euros. We'll see if you can do something with Lukaku then. You want to keep Lukaku, then try and level up the books with Lukaku. You can keep Lukaku and give us Andre Onana then. And cover his wages too. That's going to be great for us. We can get rid of Lukaku's wages. We can get Lukaku as a player. And we get Andre Onana. Give us Andre Onana for nothing. No cash. Just straight swap. You can have Lukaku. We have Andre Onana. That's how I see it. I will not be entertaining 60 million euros for Andre Onana. That's just mad. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, let me know in the comment section. Last but not least, there has been a lot said and written about the FFP situation. And of course, it's a consideration, but perhaps Chelsea's FFP situation is not as dire as some have made out, because there are options there in terms of player sales. This is from David Owenstein. Gap in valuation between Man United and Chelsea for Mason Mount. Other players David mentioned that could leave in this summer: Aubameyang, Havertz, Ziyech, Gallagher, Pulisic, Chalobah, maybe Mendy, and others. Yeah, of course, all of these things we know. And yeah, maybe it isn't as bad as we think, but at the same time, it's probably not as good as we want it to be. It's somewhere in between. We're in trouble. We've spent a lot of money. We don't have Europe. We've got high wages for our players. We are in some sort of trouble. We haven't found a sponsorship as yet. We do want to redevelop our stadium down the track. So, there's going to be a lot of money spent there. So, there is trouble, but we can get out of the trouble as well. We need to sell players, of course, and reduce our wage bill. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you thought about everything we spoke about today. Lots to go through. Tomorrow's live stream is going to be another banger. Make sure you're there early around UK time. Do you know what? Maybe it might not be so early. Maybe it might be around 11 p.m. a.m. or maybe midday UK. So do look out for that. It is my wife's birthday, so we're going to go out and have dinner with the whole family. So once I come back from dinner, it might be about UK midday time. But yeah, this particular video, smash the like button, comment about Romelu Lukaku, about Caicedo, about Declan Rice, about Mason Mount. I need to know how you guys are feeling about all of this. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Till next time. See ya.